Spoiler alert, we're not giving you a metronome marking in this video. We're also not giving you a one tempo fits all. But we are going to give you a simple method of finding your perfect slow practice tempo. Let's dive in. Finding a slow practice tempo is actually a bit more complex than it seems at first glance. That's because a slow practice tempo depends on many factors, like the level of the piece that you're playing, the level of the person who's playing, of course, and also what stage the piece is in. Are you just starting the piece, or are you on such a level that it's almost ready for a concert?
Okay, so I'm going to start, since I played a lot of pieces, I will pick one that I played many years ago, specifically the coda of the Chopin Fourth Ballade. As you can hear, it is incredibly fast. I remember when I had to practice this, it was something extraordinarily difficult. How I'm going to start this piece, if I'm practicing it now, is this tempo. And I'm even going to adjust while I'm playing. If I encounter a spot that's challenging, my tempo is going to slow down even further. So I'm in absolute control because of all the experience I have to control my tempo, but you can see what that tempo is. It's incredibly slow. So if I have to put the metronome is going to tick. I'm going to have a tick on each of the 16th notes of these triplets. And you can imagine that if you're a little bit more advanced with this piece, the way that you're going to set the metronome is on every 3, on every 6, on every half a bar. So it's going to change dramatically. But this is an incredibly slow tempo. Now I'm going to take a piece that I've actually never played. So you saw a piece that's extremely slow, a piece that I played years ago that is extremely difficult, and it is so slow, and we'll compare the tempo. This is a waltz by Chopin that I've never played, Opus 69, number 1. And my slow tempo will be this. Or like if I look at the part that's a little bit more difficult, let's say a little further. But then I would continue. So as you see, I slowed down the 16th notes out of rhythm for the sake and for the purpose of playing slow and being aware of what I'm doing. If you compare the two tempi, I had Ballade, which was, excuse me, because I really don't remember it by heart. That's per 16th note. I have a tick on each 16th note. Here, I have a tick per quarter note. It's an enormous difference. An easier piece is going to be, the tempo is going to be different than a very challenging piece. Now you heard these two examples, and you might ask, is there actually a perfect slow tempo? Yes. To answer your question, there is a perfect tempo, but it has nothing to do with the metronome, with the beats per minute. It has to do with, you probably already guessed it, and so I'm trying to play perfectly. I'm trying to follow every note. I'm trying to not make any mistakes. I'm trying to even look at the fingering. I'm trying to look at articulation. I'm trying to observe as much as possible, and so my tempo is going to fit those needs. So that means that it's going to be as slow as it takes for me to be at least 90% aware of what I'm doing.
And the next question is, how do you find your perfect slow tempo for whatever piece you're playing? We have a very simple method for you. Take a passage from the piece that you're playing and try to play it in a slow tempo that you think would be a good slow tempo. Record yourself. Now take the same slow tempo, but slow it down even more and record yourself again. Listen to the two recordings and compare them. Is the second recording, the slower recording, is it more precise? Are you playing better? Are you phrasing better? Are you playing more precise? Are you playing better rhythm, for example? Just basically, are you playing better? Then repeat that process and keep on repeating that process until both recordings are just equal of quality. So they're both as good. Then you will have found your perfect slow practice for that piece, for that moment.
Now, we truly hope that this video was useful to you, and if it did, if the video was useful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel. But before you go,
if you want to get the most out of your slow practice, actually there's one more important thing to know, and I talk about that in this video over here. You can go check it out.
thank you so much for being here and watching. See you soon.